Hey, this is Scott. I am so happy to be talking to you. Got to give a couple of congratulations and way to go, boy. My buddy Josh Twite, one of my staff people, did just a tremendous job on Tuesday night. The first thing that he did that I was really happy with was a kid was up on the second balcony and he took a basketball and he whipped it at a kid down below, clocking the kid in the head, which must have been some force coming all the way down from the balcony. The kid in turn goes crazy and chases after the other kid to kill him, and Josh stops him. And so what Josh did is the one kid he sent home that went crazy, and the kid with the basketball he kicked out for a period of time from club. And so when Josh came up to tell me about it, he had already completely taken care of the situation, and I'm excited because it shows me that Josh is rising up to a new level of leadership that says, hey, this is for me to take care of, and then just takes care of it. So that's pretty awesome. I have the greatest staff I could ever imagine. I've got Josh and Randy and Mike King, he's full-time, and Laura. Man, they are just the classiest and the best at what they do, and I'm so very grateful for them. And then I got so many awesome volunteers that I can't even name them all because I missed some, but just a couple of mentions, Doug and Chris and Chris and Dorothy and Tanya. Man, you guys do a good job. And Derek Davis, he's kind of a student leader. He does a great job at what he does. I am so grateful and so blessed by all that they do. Now, I also have to let you know about some other things that have been happening that I have been pretty excited about. And one is this girl, DeConte. She's one of our African kids, and she is just the sweetest girl you could ever meet. Well, she won the $100 gift certificate that we gave away for our prize a couple of weeks ago. We had that was our grand prize of Let's Make a Deal, and so she won that. And when she won, another kid ran up. Now we have some kind of rougher kids sometimes, and that night was especially crazy. Well, the kid just tore it out of her hands and took off, and she didn't tell me about it that night, so I didn't find out about it until probably 10 o'clock that night that her $100 gift certificate had been stolen. And so I called Best Buy. I canceled the gift card that had been stolen. I got a new one. They sent me a new one. It took about a week and a half to do, and I got it. I brought it to her house and gave it to them. I didn't see her. I gave it to her sister. But last night she came up to me and it was so cute. Pastor Scott, I need to talk to you. And she had me come over, and this is a cell phone that I bought with my gift certificate, and she was so proud and so happy, and I was just delighted to do that. Had another cool thing happen this Tuesday, and we're doing some things right because I had all my volunteers and leaders getting our normal kids, and so I technically didn't have anybody to pick up, which was kind of unique because usually one of my volunteers aren't there or something like that. And so I got a call at 6:15 from a kid who had been in the detention center. Can't tell you his name, but he had been in there for 6 months. But I thought he'd been out of there for a long time because he was in lockdown for the last 3 months. So I've been going in there every Sunday night for the last 3 months and thought this kid wasn't there, when actually he was there. He was just totally locked up in his room and couldn't come out and see. So every week he would hear me singing and doing stuff. So when he came out, he got out at noon. He called me at 6:15 and said, "Hey, Pastor Scott, this is John." I said, "John who?" "I'm from detention center." I said, "Really? Oh, that's awesome, man." To be honest with you, didn't even know what the kid looked like. I meet so many kids and it turns over every week. But I got his address, went over to his house, picked him up. As soon as I saw him, he looked familiar. I knew who he was. He came to club, had a great time, met some other kids that he had known in detention. And we had never been so successful in getting kids from detention in club. And I'm so excited about that. We have more than ever coming from that were in detention and coming and being a part of campus life. And so I'm grateful for that. Our small groups are I think they're getting more successful. We've had some huge groups, and we're whittling them down to some more manageable sizes. I'm really excited about what's coming up. I'm calling it the Volunteer Blitz. And what the Volunteer Blitz is, starting the second week of February, going to the end of March, I'm going to ask as many people as possible to give 6 weeks time. For 6 weeks, 1.5 hours. They don't have to pick up kids. They just got to come to club. And in that club, I would like to get us so that we have a 1-to-4 ratio with kids to adults. And so, and to do our very best, and this is not going to be easy to do, but do our very best to have the same kids with the same leader each week. And you would think that would be easy, but it's kind of chaotic sometimes. And what I want to do is a number of things. Number one, I want to break down the adult-student ratio so that we can really love on these kids and really make them feel special individually and get a little deeper into their lives and hopefully a little bit more meaningful discussion. The second thing that I want to do is I want to give a positive experience to as many potential long-term volunteers that I possibly can. And so this is a way for people to try out the ministry, you know, and they're not giving away their whole life, they're not committing to a whole year, it's just 6 weeks. And I'm hoping that this can be a bridge, because we need help. We need more people to reach out to these young people. And my staff is awesome, but you're only one person, and no matter how good you are, you can only listen to one kid at a time, and that's what it takes. Is you got to listen to them and get to know them and love them. And so for the 6-week period of time, and we're gonna build up to a climax, and the climax is going to be Easter time. The Tuesday before Easter is going to be the last day of our volunteer blitz. And the week before Easter, we're going to show the Passion of the Christ, something that we have had a lot of success with in the past. And then those leaders can sit down with those kids that they've been hopefully getting to know over 6 weeks, and they will be able to lead them to the Lord and pray with them. And so I think it's going to be a very, very positive experience for any potential leader. The last thing that I want to talk about is kind of fun and maybe I'm a little bit tooting my own horn, but had someone tell me last night that they heard my CD playing on the radio in South Dakota. So I am officially getting some radio play. I don't know what radio station picked up my CD and started playing it, but boy, I just appreciate what the Lord has been doing in my life and with that. And so, Lord bless you. I hope all is well, and hope to see you soon.